Good evening, guys, gals, everything in between. We are at Saturday night. It is, I think I typed in the May 23rd, and today was a day of the news that Hana Kimura passed. We will be discussing that as a lot of people were interested to see the video that I posted a little earlier about her passing and the last video of hers on at her home video, which was pretty sad to see. But we'll be discussing about cyberbullying and how bad it's getting. It's not just about, in Japan, but also in Korea and all kinds of Asian countries is where it's really affecting them the most. A lot of K-pop idols and K-drama actresses can't take the pressure of what's going on with cyberbullying. And we keep saying, it's got to stop, it's got to stop. And then, it's news today. We talk about it today, and then we'll talk about it again tomorrow. But then 2 or 3 days down, it's all for nothing because we forget to talk about it. We don't talk about it anymore. Nobody mentions it anymore. Kai Sully too. Yeah, I posted videos on that one as well. I think it was she 4 or 5 months ago, maybe 6. So it's a big problem. People, like I said, talk about it once they hear the news that somebody passed away because of cyberbullying, and they couldn't hack it anymore, so they did what they did to themselves because they just couldn't take it. So much pressure. And I read a couple of people sending comments in on Twitter saying, oh, if they shouldn't have any pressure or anything like that because they're superstars. Don't go reading everything and believing everything you see online. But you know what? It's not so easy. Uh, when you're even if you're a superstar or you're not, no matter who you are, people can affect you, and different people react different ways. For one person to say, oh, don't let it bother you, well, somebody can be totally opposite of you, and it really affects them hard, like these girls. So we got to be careful when we say, don't read it and don't believe it or don't pay attention to it. How about we find a way or try to find a way to get these people from stop doing these kind of things, saying these harsh words about people they do not know, you know. So I wanted to talk about it a little later, and here I am. As soon as I get on the stream, I'm talking about, online trolls and the problem that exists with them. Some people can handle it. I myself, when there's trolls everywhere, like I said, even on the live stream here. Like, sure, I don't have thousands of viewers a night or whatever, but when you do get that one who comes on to you and says that, I don't know, anything nasty, like whatever, anything. I'm just saying, you can't let it bother you because what's the point? They don't know who you are. You don't know who they are. And at the end of the day, 5 minutes later, I don't even remember what they said because why should I let it bother me, right? Life goes on. They're nothing to me. They're just an online troll. So unfortunately, they're everywhere, and you really got to be careful how you handle it. If someone is attacking you, you know what? Just the best thing to do is just shrug it off, because if you let it affect you, you're gonna let everything affect you, and all it's gonna do is bring you down. You know what I mean? Always look at the good things in life. No need to follow the trolls, listen to the trolls, because they are nothing. Okay, and you see what happens when somebody takes it a little too far, right? You can't handle it, and you resort to ending your own life, which is the worst thing you can do. But some people just don't have an out, and even their age, they were in their early 20s, some were late teens. It's a very delicate age, and to be famous and have that kind of pressure on you, and then you have the added effect of people putting you down online. It's pretty hard. um, Let me go back here. I just sorry, I've ignored you guys. I was just going on my little rant, but let me check the messages now. Christian, good evening, welcome back, my friend. The trolls run YouTube these days. Yeah, I've noticed. Like I said, even here there's been a couple nights where there's only 5 or 6 people in the chat, and then I see a new guy come in and just make some stupid comment, but you got to shrug it off. That's all you can do. Harley, no. Good evening. How are you doing? Welcome back. So I'm gonna read some comments about what people have said. Some good comments, not negative trolling comments where it's not going to help anybody out. But yeah, so that was the story. She passed away this. I think it was this morning. I got the news. Hana Kimura. Really sad. I mean, it's always sad when somebody passes away, but when it's I think it's pretty hard when they off themselves because of what other people have said. The people that don't know that person for who they are. They just see what they want to see on TV, and they know nothing about their personal life. You know, Mick Foley. I don't know if you guys know the wrestler Mick Foley. He also posted a tweet, and his tweet said, "Please let that sink in." 22. She had her whole life in front of her. Online bullying should not be part of life. It damn sure should not be part of death. Hana Kimura was 22. That's Mick Foley's tweet with a picture of Hannah. But NWA Girl Power says, better, be kind. May you rest in peace. And Hannah, the meaning for Hannah actually is flower. The blooming flower of pro wrestling, the fearless flower, Hana Kimura. Owen Hart and Hana Kimura passed away on the same date, May 23rd. May both of them rest in peace. I didn't know. Owen Hart, the brother of Bret Hart, passed away on the same day years ago, May 23rd. Christian says Mick Foley was hardcore back in the day. Much respect. Yeah, he was a tough mother, wasn't he? He was a tough mother. I'll show a couple more pictures of Hannah, and then we'll move on to another topic. But it's just sad. Sorry to start the live stream on such a downer note, but again, this is reality, you know. And as I've always said, in any streams we do, it's not always going to be good things to talk about. A lot of the times we even cover like true crime or some kind of terrorist acts or shootings or whatever. It's all part of life, unfortunately. If you guys want to talk about whatever, let me know, and we could definitely go on to a different topic as to what you guys would like to talk about. Show you guys a couple photos of Hannah, and then we will go on. And if you guys don't mind later, check out the video I did post with her on her last home video. Let's just leave it with this one. That apparently was her cat, and yeah, sad indeed. Is anybody on here that saw the video already? The one that I posted? Was she from Canada or USA? Japan. This was in Japan. Japan, and only 22. Female wrestler. In knife collector. Good evening. Derek says, wait, what happened with the lady and the cat? That's Hana Kimura. Just check on my YouTube channel. I just posted this afternoon a video about her. She died earlier today at 22, and the main reason was for online bullying. Yeah, sad, very young, and it's even more sad as to the reason why she went. She had her whole life ahead of her and just couldn't handle the bullying, and a lot of people can't. A lot of people, you see, like Hannah, can't talk about it or do anything about it until it's too late. And that's another serious issue with kids at school. And that's why we got to take note of it. And it's got to stop. I don't know how we're going to make it stop. You can't let trolls affect you. But at the same time, like I said before, everybody's different. Everybody reacts differently. Some people can take it. Some people really cannot. Like these girls we were talking about. So I don't know if you guys have any suggestions as to how we can stop it, but it is a massive, massive problem. And when you hear stories like this about girls at such a young age not being able to find a solution, that's really scary. I mean, back in the day, in the 80s, in the 90s, when we didn't have computers, we didn't have to worry about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You got picked on maybe at school or something, but that was handled because they're in your face, right? So you can handle that in person. You can go talk to somebody. Online bullying, I mean, you don't know who these people are. And the people that let it affect them, they don't know what to do because they don't know who these people are. And you keep getting these comments, these negative comments every day, every day, every day. It's going to affect you. Only the really, really strong, it won't affect them. But the majority of people, I know for a fact, it will affect them. And not to be like sexist or something, but especially females, they're more delicate to this kind of thing. Derek says you can't let people get to you. Yeah, like I said, you can try that, but a lot of people can't help that, you know. Christian says a YouTuber I knew committed suicide because the trolls tortured him for years. See, so again, it doesn't matter, guy, girl, or whatever, but usually, like, how old was this guy, Christian? I can almost guarantee you he was about 25 or younger, right? For sure. They're all around. Um, how are females more delicate? Okay, Derek, that's a good question. I would say they're more delicate because they always have to worry about the way they look, the way they act in front of people. Like Sully, for example, the Korean one. She had to worry every day about what she had to wear or how she went out. And people were bullying her because one day she went out dressed, um, let's say, not as a typical Korean should be dressed. In other words, she was showing more, let's say, more leg or more chest or something, but not to the point where she's walking around naked or you could see anything. So that's what I mean by girls are more susceptible to getting or to not being able to handle online bullying because I feel they have more pressure than guys do. Guys can shrug it off a lot easier. At least I think so. I don't know about you, but that's why I said females are more susceptible to not being able to handle online bullying. I hope that makes sense. They got a hold of his address and sent him pizzas and all kinds of things. Come on, Derek. Some people are tougher than others, bro. Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I didn't try to make it sound sexist or something. It's just that you would have to think that girls are more affected by this kind of thing than guys are. I mean, the stories you hear is the percentages are higher that it's a girl rather than a guy, right? Derek says a lot of guys just don't give a shit. Well, yeah, that's true. Well, that's another reason. But again, it doesn't really depend on if it's a guy or a girl. It also depends on how much you can handle, how much you really let it bother you. And I've said it from such a long time ago. I'd rather have 5 to 10 people on my live stream every day or whenever I go on, as opposed to 1,000 people, because out of those 1,000 people, there's going to be tons of trolls, and it could affect you if you like read every comment and everything and really let it affect you. And if or see somebody who's putting you down, and then you get mad at him, and then your night is ruined, and then you're always going to think about that. So just try to just shrug it off. That's all I can say. But there's got to be an easier solution than shrug it off. Um, Derek says, "Do you watch Wet Movie One?" I watch him and I watch Cool Duder. Wet Movie One was actually hanging around a lot with Cool Duder back in the day, and they were both really really overweight, and they really lost a lot of weight over the years, and it's really good for them. But as my favorite between Cool Duder and Wet Movie One, I prefer Cool Duder. He's really good. He's like almost like professional. He's been doing this for 15 years. For those who are just joining or don't know what I'm talking about, Cool Duder does Blu-ray movie reviews every Tuesday, and he really breaks down what each movie's about. And he's been doing it, like I said, for about 15 years. And when he first started, I think he was over 400 pounds. And you could see over the years, because all his videos are on YouTube, how he lost the weight. And he's still doing the reviews, and he looks really good. And I give that guy massive respect. But I also love the way he does his reviews and the way he goes to like the stores and stuff. When he goes to like Walmart, for example, he has a thing he does. If he goes to Walmart, Best Buy, or wherever, he always goes, for example, he goes to Walmart, off to Walmart we go. And that's like while he's outside. And then if he goes to Best Buy, he would do it again from the outside, and he would say, off to Best Buy we go, or into Best Buy we go, or into Walmart we go. So um, let's see here. Have you had any trolls? Yeah, like I said, there are times when somebody pops in, but that's why now I'm having Kai Kai as a moderator. She really helps me out and deals with them accordingly. So, knife collector. It bothers me when someone threatens me online and I give them my address and no one shows up. That's the kind of sarcasm I'm talking about, knife collector. You're taking after me now, huh? You must have been spending a lot of time in this channel. Christian says, the more people you get in your chat, the more trolls you will get, bro. Believe it. No doubt. It's all about the numbers, right? 5 people, you figure you know all 5 people, you're not going to have a troll in them. 1,000 people, you don't know 995 of them, get ready for tons of them to be trolls. Derek, they lost tons of weight. Cool Duder is under 200 pounds now. Yeah, I know. I know. It's amazing. Christian, who are you talking about? Um, cool Duder, he does movie reviews. The way he spelt it up there, Coolduder. He has a channel on YouTube. If you type his name in, you'll see it come up right at the top. Really good guy to follow if you're into movie reviews. Um, I've also tried to start doing movie reviews. I started them last week with my co-host Kai Kai. We do the Tuesday movie reviews. I think we did it on Wednesday, but we're going to try to start doing them on Tuesday. And we are doing also, sorry, Asian horror movie reviews. And that I think will be every Thursday. Tuesdays will be all the new releases of Blu-rays that come out that week. And the Asian horror movies we're going to do is just from like any time. And the title for the Asian horror movie one is basically like 20 Asian horror movies you must watch this week, kind of thing. So we break them down, we talk about them, we show the poster for it and the screenshots of the movie, and we talk about what the movie's about and if they're worth watching. So I think last week, the only one I really didn't want to watch was Thirst. And Kai Kai was saying that that was her favorite movie of the lot. But there was another one called Bliss that we talked about. So if you guys want to check that out, go on the channel, check for Thursday's review, Asian horror movie reviews. You'll see it in there. Okay, so Derek says Barbie. Is that another movie review or what's that? Christian, how many channels do you have? I was running a second channel for Chinese news, but it's just too hard to keep up because uh, one channel is hard enough, two is even harder. So we just put a few videos up there. I think it's got like 15 subscribers or something, but I'm not really been too focused on that one lately. I've been working on this one because I speak English, so I'd rather talk about current events in English, and I think you guys would like that as well. So Derek says, I honestly am not really into movies, but I still like to watch Wet Movie and Cool Duder. Not only do they talk about movies, but they also have like a lot of live streams they do. And well, Cool Duder usually talks about movies only, even in the live stream. But there are once in a while they go out and about town and order food and whatever else. So yeah, they're fun to watch, definitely. Another thing I wanted to talk about today, I don't know if you guys heard, was about the San Francisco fires. Did you guys see any of that? That was crazy. What movie is live right now? Yeah, he's on quite a bit. He does a few lives, I think, a day. So that's cool. Cool Duder, I noticed that he goes on, but late at night because I think they're both out in the West Coast. I don't know about what movie won. I know Cool Duder's out in California, so his live streams are usually at like 2, 3 in the morning Eastern time. A little too late. I usually watch the replays. Sulolo, I want to hear people online sharing their own horror stories or the stories that they knew. People sharing their own horror stories. Do you mean like ghosts or like weird noises or what kind of horror stories? But if you guys, yeah, if you guys have some horror stories or something you want to share, pass them along because we love horror, right? So I definitely recommend you guys, if you guys have any stories, pass them along and we can totally talk about it. Why not? It's not always just about me on this channel. You know what I mean? It's about my subbers. Anything you guys want to talk about, it's an all open forum here. So yeah, did you guys hear about the San Francisco fires? I'll show you some videos about it. It was crazy amount. San Francisco fire. Just pull it up and I'll show you guys a couple videos on that. Were you a bad kid and teen? Says Derek. Was I a bad kid? I was never a bad kid. I was always calm, cool, and collected. The most trouble I ever got into, I think, was didn't do my homework, maybe. But no, I was a good kid. I never robbed or got in jail or got arrested or anything like that, or ever did drugs or nothing like that. I mean, I don't even have any tattoos. Just a clean guy, you know. Smash that like button, people, says Christian. Christian, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Sulolo, yes, I know lots of weird or can't explain unexplained. That would be unexplained things. What fire? I want to know what happened. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up some videos on that. It was a massive fire broke out this morning at San Francisco's Pier 45. The San Francisco Fire Department first reported the one alarm fire around 4:23 a.m. The blaze quickly spread to a four-alarm fire. I'll show you a photo and I'm going to try to show you guys some videos of it. This is like a massive explosion, it looks like in this photo. Check it out. Look at that. Isn't that like something you would see in a movie? Right? But that was, yeah, that was San Francisco this morning. And wait till you guys see the videos. It's just like a huge fireball. Do you think marijuana is bad, if I may ask? I thought at first marijuana was bad because so many people were doing it just like at concerts and whatever, and it wasn't really for medicinal purposes. But nowadays, a lot of people are talking like it's working as far as medicine goes. I've asked a few doctors, and they said it must work because they prescribe it, right, to the people that really need it. So if it's for that reason, then I guess I'm okay for that. But for people that do it, that go to concerts and whatever else just to get high, that I don't agree with. Okay, let me I will make the screen bigger so you guys can hear this. It's about a minute long. Okay, let me just play from the beginning so you guys can see. Massive fireball. Check it out.
So this is, what is that? Not Pier 30. That's one of the major piers in Fisherman's Wharf there.
Crazy, eh?
That's a huge fire. That is huge. And I'm not sure which pier that is.
That is massive. See if I can find another video for you, but that one's pretty clear. I was thinking of making a video about that tomorrow. Just do gather up a bunch of videos on the fire there and post it and talk about it. But it happened earlier this morning. I was too focused on posting about Hana that I didn't have time to make that video today about the fire. Another angle, even closer. The smoke everywhere. Well, imagine the pollution on that one, eh? Let me mute that. It's too loud. Sorry, guys. Didn't know there was going to be sound on that one, but anyways. Oh my God, volcano. It looks like a volcano, doesn't it? Is there anybody hurt in that fire? Believe it or not, no injuries have been reported. Now, that was from this morning where they said no injuries have been reported. Let me see if I can find the latest to see if anybody did die, but I mean, that's good news if there was no injuries. Yet 2 minutes ago they said no injuries reported after 130 firefighters tackled the blaze. 133 firefighters. That's how massive it was. And if you want to see what it looks like during the daytime, let me see if I can pull up a photo from it. It's going to load, but if you can quickly see that, that's from the daytime. Look at all that black smoke, eh? Yeah. Craziness. But luckily, nobody perished in the fire. That's amazing. That's really good news. And of course, fire isn't good to see, but it's great news when nobody perished from it. It's almost like a miracle. See, sometimes good things come out of bad things. But I mean, 133 firefighters. That's a massive fire. Wasn't it a fishing boat? Says Christian. Let me find out the cause of the fire. I was just too interested in watching the blaze. I didn't really see where it started. Give me a second. I'm going to pull it up and we'll read exactly what happened. I'll go to this website. Just give me a sec. But yeah, if you got a second, guys, don't forget, thumbs up. Appreciate it. I don't know if anybody's new. I don't think anybody's new here. They haven't said hello, but if you are new, don't forget to subscribe. I'd appreciate that as well. Okay, so let's type in San Francisco fire and see if there was, or what the cause of the fire was. Christian, did you hear about it? It started on a boat. Is that what you heard? San Francisco fire. You play a bit of that. Exactly what happened. San Francisco Fire Department news conference. They did it this afternoon. It's about 15 minutes long. It says here. I'll play a couple minutes of it.
Some tenants impacted by what's happened here at Pier 45. There is power on at shed A, B, and D. And we will be notifying and working with all of our tenants to let them know when it is safe to return.
Yeah, it's buffering.
All impacted by the fire, and we will be providing that update to them as soon as possible. Certainly, we do not expect that they will be allowed back today, maybe tomorrow, maybe through the weekend, but we will be in close communication with them so that they are able to know when they're able to return and assess their goods and services there at shed B and D that was not affected by the fire.
Well, like I said, it's a 15-minute news conference, but it's not going to tell you how it started or anything.
For being, on the one hand, compassionate and interested.
So, but yeah, that was. I'm telling you, I was really lucky that nobody got hurt. So Sulolo, nope, nobody got hurt. Just 133 firefighters taking care of it. Craziness. Christian, yeah, it was a warehouse. Up, down, turn around. How's there so many dislikes? Is there? I didn't even notice. Maybe because they thought this means this. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's all good. Remember what I said? Don't let anything affect you. It's like, if I get more thumbs down than thumbs up, it's not like I'm going to stop streaming or something. Push forward, push on, It's what you got to do. Don't let anybody bring you down, no matter who you are, no matter where you are. Stay strong. So that's what happened with the fires. Tonight I think I'm going to go on until about 11:50, and then we will call it a night because the phone, like I said, lasts about an hour, but I didn't have full power to start off as I was charging it, but I didn't give it enough time because the stream, I always stream at 11 o'clock. I always try to be on time. So we'll go for about another 20 minutes. And as I said, don't forget on Monday, we are going to start the horror movie game, where at the end of the 3 or 4 days, I will announce how long the game will run for. At the end of it, whoever has the most correct answers will win the Invisible Man Blu-ray, sent by me, sealed, of course. And that release comes out on Tuesday. So hopefully you guys didn't watch that yet at the, online, if you could have downloaded it or watched it online. But it's supposed to be a really good movie. Not exactly a horror movie, but it is a thriller. So borderline horror, I guess, if you understand what the story's about. So if you guys are interested, like I said, Monday night we will start that game. Okay, Knife Collector. 3 of those likes are mine from a couple other accounts. Some people are just haters. Like I said, I don't know who they are. It doesn't really matter. I could have like 4 thumbs up and 20 thumbs down. As long as you guys are enjoying it, I said it from the start. That's all that matters. I don't care about whoever these people are that keep giving me, thumbs down or whatever. Doesn't matter. You're gonna have videos that have like massive amount of thumbs up. You're gonna have massive amount of thumbs down. It's the way it goes. You can't let those things affect you. Like I was talking about the cyberbullying. It's the same thing with thumbs up. Thumbs up is even like less, right? Who cares? Christian, thanks for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. Up, down, turn around. If you could tell your past self something to help them, what would you say? And what do you regret not doing when you were younger? If you could tell your past self something to help them, what would you say? I would try to warn them of what's upcoming in life, if that's what you mean. Now that I know what's going on in the world. Sneeze time. Excuse me. It's not, see? We were just talking about like the future and what this corona stuff, and then I sneeze. Guys, no corona, no COVID. Don't get scared. Don't log off. And even if I did have it, which I don't, you can't catch it through the live stream, okay? So don't go anywhere. Wow, talk about crappy timing. That was the worst. Uh, thank you, Kai. Thank you. And it's nothing to do with corona. It's like I'm scared when I go out sometimes and I have to like cough or like clear my throat. I just hope people around me are not like giving me the eye, like, you know, like that guy's infected. Let's get out of here. Um, yeah, even when I sneeze, I gotta kind of like run back to the car and like sneeze in the car so nobody will think, oh, Corona, get out of here, go away, and probably like try to beat me up and bully me around. Bully. But no. Oh, and the other question you were asking me, what do you regret not doing when you were younger? You know what? No regrets, because even if you have regrets, you can't go back. One thing I always say, look forward, because if you keep looking back at the things that you could have done better or you should have done better, that's not going to make you fix anything for the future, you know? And when you look back, you got to look back at the good things you did. Because if you look back and say to yourself, oh, I could have done this better or I could have done that better, you're always going to be in that frame of mind where you're always thinking, oh, it could have been better if I did this. It could have been better if I did that. Just do it. The future's ahead of you, right? The past is behind. So that's the answer to that. Good evening, Matt Mendez. How are you, my friend? Christian says, I caught it through the screen. I'm kidding. Oh, I think you're talking about my little sneeze attack. And yes, that's all it was. It was just a sneeze attack. So maybe you felt the the air particles flying towards you. That's all it is. I know you're kidding, Christian, so am I. If I have a time machine, I will travel back that year, that day, and stop someone I cared to kill himself. Sulolo, if you had a time machine and went back to stop people from trying to kill themselves, the world would be overpopulated. You know, I'm not saying that that's a good thing you're saying. Not everybody that killed themselves is a good person either, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you're talking about like a family member or just people in general, but it's always sad no matter how they die. You just got to know who the person is that we're talking about. You know what I mean? But I think you're talking about people that you really cared for. So I'm assuming you're talking about family members or something like that. Then of course, I totally agree with you. That's a good idea. Matt Mendez, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking, Mavakaga. You know what, guys? There was this thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and it's been on my mind for like a really, really long time. So, you know how they say, oh, if you can invent, like, this is what Sulolo just reminded me because she said time machine. If there was one invention that I could somehow create, and you guys better not take my idea because this was mine, okay? I'm going to register, trademark this right this second, even though I don't know how the heck I would ever do this because there's no way this is even possible. But if it was, I'm just saying, if you can create anything, of course you can create like cures for cancer and this and that. But I'm saying, as far as an invention goes, wouldn't it be cool if there was somehow you can actually like record your dreams and then watch it on like TV or something the next day? Do you know what I mean? I think that would be so cool. You can totally make sense of what you dreamt about because dreams are always so weird and so crazy. Can you imagine if you were actually able to record them and watch your dream? I think that would be so cool. So that would be my invention. Again, I don't know how on earth it could ever possibly happen or how you can even do that, but sometimes those are the kind of ideas I have in my head as to what I would love to invent if it was at all possible, which of course it isn't, but I think that would just be so cool. Watch your own dreams. It's like you're gonna want to like go to sleep and hope you have a dream so that you can record it and watch it the next day, you know? But I don't know. I don't even remember how I even thought of that, but I just think that would be just amazing. Matt Mendes says, not to be religious, but do you believe that people who kill themselves go to hell? I think not really about going to heaven or hell. I just think that they're cowards. But again, you hear about stories like Hannah today, and yeah, you feel bad. There is always, see, this is because I'm looking at it from my point of view, that there's always a fix to a problem. I can't go in her mind because I don't know her frame of mind, what she's thinking, how she's feeling. So I can't say no, I think that all people that commit suicide would go to hell because people like Hannah just couldn't take the pressure. So I think she's in a better place. That's definitely not hell. What about you, Matt? What do you think? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one too. That's a really good question. Up, down, turn around. That would be cool. About the dream machine. That would be awesome because I dream the craziest dream every night. What kind of dreams do you have, Kai Kai? Anything we can know about? Christian, that would be awesome. My mind is blown. Me too, at Kai Kai. See, Christian, I'm telling you, right? It was a pretty good idea, isn't it? That would be wonderful, says Sulolo, the dream machine. Just don't addicting to it. Otherwise, we will be falling. Yeah, you'll be sleeping all the time just because you want to dream. Knife collector at Matt. I'm thinking if killing yourself is a sin, you won't be around to ask for forgiveness. But what he's saying is, do you think, like, do you think they should go to hell for doing what they did? What do you think of the, what meme? And you're not supposed to say the PF word. I don't know if you knew that, but that was a rule we implemented like last week. when everybody was talking about that every day, and I think it's always the same person anyways. It's been debunked, okay? The person that was talking about it, I have a feeling I know who he is, and no names will be mentioned, but let's not talk about the PF, okay? Because that was ad nauseum. Yeah, Derek, take Kai Kai's advice. It is forbidden in this channel. That's actually not a joke. Well, Derek, it was funny. Like he says, it was pretty funny. It was funny like the first few times, but then it just got like. Sulo says, or some scientists can cure the depression fully, and people don't need to take pills all the time. That's what I'm saying. Of course, I would love to invent fixes for people that have medication or serious health problems or something. I was just talking about some kind of invention that would be like totally out there, something that I don't think anybody has ever thought about before. Because in my life, I never heard somebody say, hey, we should invent a dream machine where you can record your own dreams. I mean, I think I would be like a gazillionaire, but I still wanted to like check out my dreams. That would be amazing. Imagine how many wacky videos you would have out there. If you think YouTube is full of wacky videos, imagine people posting their dreams onto YouTube of what they dreamed about. Of course, some of them wouldn't be allowed to like be posted because if they're like X-rated type dreams, like some people have sometimes, but I just think it would be really cool. Matt Mendez, I think it depends on the situation. I also think it's a cowardly way to go out. But like you said, everyone is different, but I don't believe they all go to hell. Exactly what I was saying. Good on you, Matt. Christian, that was a good idea. I think Christian's going to be like buying stocks in my dream machine maker. Kai Kai, I used to write down my dreams after I wake up. Yeah, you kind of, because then over time you're going to like forget about them or whatever, and you should write them down. But I guess it's the closest thing we can do to actually record our dreams, right? But even then, how much do you think, like, even if you write down, how much do you think um, you're actually remembering? You know what I mean? Like, who knows how long the dream really is? Who knows how much of that dream you really wrote down and remembered? There's just no way to tell. But if you were able to record it, you would know everything from start to finish. Start to finish and everything in between? Never mind. That's a guys, gals thing. Derek says, are you religious? I'm Roman Catholic, if that answers your question. And to be honest with you, I do have a cross in my other room. And in this one, I have a cat in my room. So, but yeah, in the hallway, I have a cross. Sulolo, I dream myself flying several times. Very real feeling. I can feel the wind. Also, I dream like living other people's life. Very clear. I know I'm in a dream. The cool thing is when you know you're in a dream and you still like are able to have that dream. I don't know if you guys ever experienced that. One thing I've noticed about most of my dreams, like a lot of my dreams, there were two of them. One was like airplanes falling. I don't know why. Airplanes falling from the sky. And it would just to freak me out. I was to wake up like terrified because can you imagine if planes just fall from the sky? You don't know if it's going to hit your house. You don't know where you're going to run to. They're just falling. I mean, you don't know where to go. And the other one was like, again, weird because it's in the air too. Levitation. I always felt like I could just like float in the air and just like, not like Superman, but kind of like standing up pose kind of thing, not flying, but straight and just, yeah, weird. I know. But then again, they're dreams, right? Let's see here. Knife Collector said, what if you could, oh, sorry, Derek, how big is your house? Fair size. There's only, okay, Derek, I'll tell you, I'm going to be honest with you right now. There's some questions I don't really want to answer because I don't want to give out too much information about myself. But I mean, if you have any questions like, how tall you are or stuff like that, I have no problem answering them. just like locations and stuff like that, it's kind of like a little bit iffy. I know even your house question is kind of vague, which is all right. It's a fair size. We can leave it like that. Knife collector. What if you could select from a list of pre-recorded dreams and customize them for yourself and stay asleep long enough to finish them? Well, now you're getting way too complicated, dude. My invention's already complicated enough. Now you're throwing this into the mix. We're never going to get this accomplished, all right? Derek, lucid dreams. Sulolo, some are bad dreams. I ask myself to wake up and ask bad things go away. They move back, and I woke up after. Yeah, sometimes you really force yourself to wake up when you're having a nightmare. I've had that a few times. Matt Mendez, I've had astral projection dreams, like I could see myself sleeping, like I was floating over my body. Weird. Yeah, that's almost like a ghost-like type thing, right? The other thing, I don't know if you guys ever experience it, when you're like almost falling asleep, like almost totally asleep, and then all of a sudden it feels like not like you're falling off the bed, but maybe like a ball is coming at you or something, and you just like jolt right away and just wake up suddenly. Do you guys ever experience that, or is that just me? Or do you guys feel like sometimes you're falling off the bed, but you're really not because like you're in the middle of the bed or something? Or again, is that just me? But I feel like more like the ball one. The ball one. It looks like it just feels like your eyes are closed, and all of a sudden it just feels like a ball is just about to hit you in the face, and you just wake up suddenly. Again, maybe that's just me. Um, let's see here. Derek, how do you afford your house? Same way anybody else would. Sulolo, bad dreams happen. Always are when people I know passed away. In the dream, they look different and looks awful. Sulolo, did you ever have a dream where you can feel, or not even maybe a dream, but even when you're awake, you can feel that something bad has happened to a family member, and then next thing you know, you find out the day after or something that they passed away or they got really really sick or something. That's like a premonition. I don't know if you ever had that, or if that's just in your dreams that something like that has happened. Christian says sleep paralysis is very scary. Have you guys had that? What is that? What's sleep paralysis? I could check it out, but I mean online. But I'd rather you tell me because you seem to know what it is. So what is that, Christian? Derek says that's your body getting relaxed and getting ready to sleep, but then while the sudden jolt, the complete turnaround, you know. Knife Collector says, I used to have the same 5 to 6 dreams all the time for close to 20 years. Started when I was about 6 or 7. Haven't had them in many years now. So, if you don't mind me asking, what were they about? Not all 5 or 6. I mean, if you want to talk about one or two of them. But what were was there a main topic? Or did they all center around the same thing? Or were they all different parts of, like, what were they about? At least one or two of them. So, guys, we'll go on for 5 more minutes, and then we'll call it a night. I don't know yet if I will be on tomorrow night, but I will definitely be on here on Monday. So if I'm not on here tomorrow, don't forget Monday night, I will put it on the About page. Horror movie night will begin. Game night will start Monday night, 11 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about other things while we play the games. It's not like going to be like a whole hour worth of horror movie questions. I'll ask a question, maybe read something, talk about something else, then we'll go on to another question. We'll mix it up. You know what I mean? We'll have enough questions that by the end of 3 or 4 days, we'll have a clear-cut winner. Sulolo, yes, that is true. I accidentally break my cup when one of my family passed away, and I was far away from home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Premonition. You can feel it, and that's not exactly just about dreams. That's also when you're awake. You can sense it and feel it. There was a lot of videos on YouTube about that too, where people are just like sitting down talking, and then all of a sudden they can like hear a voice in their head, or they have a feeling in their chest or in their stomach, and next thing you know, something really did happen to that person that they had a bad feeling about. That something really wrong happened to them. But it's the same thing with like ghosts too, right? You can feel a presence in the house or wherever that ghost may be, A lot of people don't believe in that kind of stuff. I believe in ghosts. I believe in the afterlife, and people telling you that, or ghosts trying to communicate with you, trying to free themselves from whatever happened to them. That stuff I do believe. The majority of YouTube videos I don't believe about ghosts and stuff, because a lot of that can be Photoshop. But from stories that you hear or read about, I believe in that kind of stuff, definitely. Kai Kai, is there anything we can do to prep for the horror movie game? Joking. Yeah, but you only have like now what, 48 hours? You're gonna have to watch a hell of a lot of horror movies. That's my recommendation. And the problem is, I'm gonna be all over the map. I'm gonna talk about like, or give you guys questions from all decades of horror movies. So good luck. Sulolo, and my hairstylist stands up and feels super cold. You mean your hair stands up and feels super cold when I have bad dreams before and during the dreams? Yeah, like the hair on the back of your neck or something, right? I think that's what you mean. Matt Mendez says, "What kind of jobs have you had in the past?" My favorite job was when I was working at video stores. That was always going to be my favorite job. I loved working at video stores, getting paid to watch movies and to recommend movies to people when people ask you, "Oh, is this a good movie? Or is that a good movie?" I mean, can you think of a better way to like get paid while watching movies? You get to bring all the movies home, as many as you want, watch them and talk about them. That that was my dream job. I loved the video stores. Unfortunately, there aren't any anymore, but I worked at like, I think it was four different video stores, and none of them were Blockbuster. There was like Major Video, Jumbo Video, just new releases, and I think there was one more. No, there were two. There were two major videos I worked for. So yeah, two major videos, a Jumbo Video, and just new releases. I also worked for a satellite company, which I enjoyed as well, because again, it was kind of like in the entertainment field, because you get to show people the different channels of like different channel packages they can have, what's on pay-per-view at that time, all that kind of stuff. I was always into that, so those were my favorite, and those are the kind of jobs I had. I've also I've had a lot of like driving jobs, which I like as well. So I don't know. I guess I've been pretty lucky as far as when like work goes and stuff. I like the stuff that I've done. Usually people like are like, ugh, work, right? But again, it's all in the frame, the mind frame. If you like what you do, time goes by a lot better. You enjoy life a lot better, and yeah, you just enjoy everything better. Bernie Sanders, hi, how's everyone doing? Bernie, welcome to the channel. If I tell you I would have voted for you, would you subscribe to me? But if I told you I was Canadian, so I can't vote for you, but if I was American, I would have voted for you, would you still subscribe? I hope so. And if you don't, or if you do, at least do this, all right? Hit that thumbs up button. Um, Bernie, if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the bell icon as well, so you'll be notified when I make a new video, which is basically every day, as well as live streams. I try to do them every night at 11 p.m., except possibly not tomorrow night. Monday night, if you are a horror movie fan, make sure you join me on Monday night as well at 11. Horror movie game night, where the winner after 3 or 4 nights will win the Invisible Man 2020 Blu-ray. Sulolo, I like horror movies. You're free to play. Come and play Monday night. Hello, Bernie. How you doing, Sulolo? Knife collector. Floating, trying to run but stopped by an invisible wall, having a mount full of gum and keep digging it out, on a raft on ocean that had no bottom or end, trying, well, trying to shoot a gun but can't pull trigger. Yeah, they're all interesting. You see. Now you tell me you wouldn't want to watch that if you were able to record that. Yeah. Sulolo says, "Me all good, thank you, Bernie." Christian, I heard they recently closed the last Blockbuster video store recently. I think that was in Oregon. They had one left. Did they close it? That's a shame. There was only one left, and now it's gone. Bernie Sanders, I'm going to subscribe, sir. You have a bunch of thumbs down. Yeah, I don't know what happened tonight. Usually I don't have that problem, but it doesn't matter. If you want to give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate that. And if you do subscribe, I also really appreciate that. And yeah, welcome to the family. You'll notice that everybody here, they're all good people. So we're not going to have a problem here. Yeah, I was in Bend, Oregon. Yep, Oregon. Yeah, Bernie. So like I said, once you get familiar with coming onto the live stream every now and then, you'll find that each and every person on here is cool. So don't worry too much about the thumbs down and everything else. I don't know what happened tonight, but honestly, this was the first night where I suppose I got a lot of thumbs down. I can't even see it because I'm on mobile. But it doesn't matter. If you're like the content, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? Thumbs down don't bother me because I don't know who those people are. I don't need them to be here. They don't need to be here either, right? Do you have mods? Yes, I do, sir. Thank you for asking. I don't really need that many mods because I'm not at a channel that has like 100 to 200 viewers at a time, right? So as far as mods go, yeah, I'm all good. But thank you for asking. If in the future I do expand and get more and more people to come into the live streams, then I'll be opening invitations for more mods. But right now, I'm good. But definitely, if you stick around a few months or so, I can consider you to be a mod, no problem. So yeah, we're cutting it up to about an hour now. So we'll cut the stream here. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow, but Monday night, don't forget, be here at 11 p.m. Check the About page to make sure and see if I'll be here tomorrow. The About page will also be updated with the horror game night listing. I'll put on there tomorrow, either Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday will be the horror game night, or the 4 nights, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. If you guys have a recommendation, would you rather I go for 3 nights or 4 nights as far as the horror movies? Let me know as well. But I'm thinking 4 right now. It might be a little much. It depends if we scatter the questions around as well as doing topics, right? So there won't be so many questions in one night and just overload. But it's something I'll think about. Don't forget Monday to be here. Game on. Game on. Guys, gals, everything in between. Christian, Bernie, I can't believe Bernie Sanders here. Sulolo, Knife Collector, Kai Kai, everybody. If I missed anybody, Matt, I know I'm missing one more. It was the PF guy, Derek. Everybody, have a good night. Thanks for joining me as always. All right, guys. Peace and love. Stay safe. All right, stay safe, stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace and love. What do we always say at the end? Mavakaga out.